y'all, it's Katie. Welcome back to From My Vanity and welcome to a Will I Buy It from me. I kind of thought about trying to think of a creative name, but I'm kind of like Samantha in that I'm not very good at coming up with creative titles for series on my YouTube channel, so I'm just going to go with her Will I Buy It. I got some requests to start doing these and I talked about it in my first Get Ready With Me Chit Chat Get Ready With Me video trying all new makeup, and I kind of put out there that I could do these once in a while, but I don't really see myself making this like a weekly or monthly installment. And I got a lot of comments when I mentioned that of people saying, yeah, don't feel pressured to do it in any set, number of times a month or, once a week or anything like that. Just kind of do it whenever it feels right. So I decided, sure, why not? Let's give some a try. And I plan to just do these as I get enough products to talk about. So on my Instagram, I created a little folder on Instagram for Will I Buy It. And anytime I see a makeup release that I am super intrigued about, I stick it in that folder and then we can talk about it, because there are so many things being released all the time. I could talk for hours about makeup products that are being released like today, this week, and I still wouldn't cover all of them. But I'm only going to talk about products that I find intriguing or that kind of made me do a double take, and then we're going to talk about if I'm actually going to buy it or not, because there are a lot of times where I see something I'm super intrigued about but I just don't end up buying it for one reason or another, and that's what we're going to talk about. And also if there's any super popular product that I get a couple requests at, or that I think people are probably going to assume or think that I am interested in it, we can talk about that too. But I hope that all makes sense. Basically, if anything catches my eye and I'm super intrigued about to talk about in a Will I Buy It, I will save it in my Instagram folder, and whenever I've accumulated enough products to talk about, I'll make a video. So I have no idea how often I'm going to be doing this on my channel, but let's just go ahead and jump right into my very first Will I Buy It. And of course, I didn't even mention, I mentioned her name, but this series was started and is inspired by Samantha March. She is the creator. She even created a community playlist, so anyone who does Will I Buy It can add to the playlist. So I'll leave Samantha's channel, her Will I Buy It playlist, and then the community Will I Buy It playlist. I'll leave all those linked down below if you want to get some awesome content to watch. But anyway, that was the last little bit. Let's just jump right in. So after I created the folder, the first thing that made it into the folder was from Maniac Cosmetics. They're coming out with little quads for the holiday, and I want to say it's in the next couple days when I'm recording this. I have no idea when I'm going to upload it, so not sure. It's going to launch the 26th, so I think I'm going to upload this beforehand. But anyway, later this month, November 26th, they're going to be launching these eyeshadow palette quads, and I think they're fantastic. I'm going to be having pictures up here, but here's a look at all of them. They have a purple quad, a blue quad, a brown quad. They have, looks to me, a Halloween quad. Is like black and orange, and then they have a yellow, a turquoise, a more mauve-y color. I am so into these, and I am not typically someone who is into quads. Like for me, usually quads just, I don't get excited to use quads, and mostly I feel like because I can't get a lot of variety out of them, because I feel like a lot of times they're all like 3 shades of brown and then 1 pop of color. But these, now these I feel like I can get into, and the one that really stood out to me out of all of them was the yellow quad. This one right here. Oh my goodness, that is stunning. I love the 2 yellows on the tops. That matte yellow looks really nice, and then whatever kind of shimmer metallic dark yellow goldish shade that is on the bottom, let's see, the bottom right of that quad, stunning. The white on this side, I think that's a shimmer. Yeah, that looks like a shimmer. That looks like it's going to be really pretty. I have not tried anything from Maniac Cosmetics, but I can already tell you I'm going to get that yellow quad. It's just calling my name so loudly. They're going to be $10 each. That's another thing. I didn't mention the price for these little quads. $10 each. I never tried the quality, but for $10, I am totally open to trying the quality. The orange is also really calling my name, but I'm not sure, just because it has a black, and I feel like 99% of my eyeshadow palettes in my collection have a black, so I feel like I don't need it, but it is neat to have it in that little quad. The thing that's calling me the most is that one orange. So I feel like since I only really want 1 shadow out of 4, even though it's only $10, I feel like I probably should say no. Probably don't. Oh, and I forgot, there's a green one. I'm looking through all these pictures I saved, because I saved like 4 different pictures, because they have a lot of quads coming out. But they also have this green one. I think I'm going to get it, because the top bright green, I think that's a matte. That's not my favorite green. Like, that's really pretty, but I like a more of a hunty, mossy type of green. Mossy, like my shirt. That's my favorite shade of green to use on my eyes. The 2 bottom greens in that palette, though, are really pretty. I'm really intrigued. So I think I'm going to get the green with the yellow. So that'll be 2 palettes out of the ones that I know of. Like I said, they've been coming out with a bunch of them. I was trying to save all of them, but maybe I'm missing one. But I'm definitely getting the yellow. 99.9% sure I'm going to get that green. and probably going to pass on the orange. The rest of the quads I'm not really into, but yeah, I'm really, really excited to get these. I hope they don't go too quickly, but I'm excited. Let me know if you tried Maniac Cosmetics. Like I said, I have not, but I'm super excited to get to try them. Let me know if you have experience with the quality and whatnot. I'd love to hear how you guys like the brand and like their eyeshadow formula. But yeah, that is the first thing that caught my eye, and I'm gonna totally be getting some of them. Next up, oh, and I forgot to say, I will let you guys know, and I'll also list down below, but the majority of products that I'm talking about, at least in this video, and I feel like will probably be consistent throughout the rest of my series, but it comes from, or I get notified of them and I find out about them from IndieMakeupSpotlight. I'll have their Instagram profile linked down below, but it's run by AmyLovesMakeup. I'll also list her channel and her Instagram down below, but she does a phenomenal job with that just informative indie makeup spotlight, and she's always posting about new releases, and I love it because I've discovered so many indie brands because of her. So anyway, I'll have that link down below, and any other Instagram accounts where I find products from, I'll leave that link down below as well. But anyway, Indie Makeup Spotlight posted the Dominique Cosmetics Berries and Cream eyeshadow palette. Now, I was really intrigued when I heard that they were coming out with another palette because her first palette, the Latte palette, I feel like got rave reviews overall. A lot of people said it was a boring palette, but formula-wise, it got rave reviews. So when she shared her Lemonade palette, I was super excited because the Lemonade palette was more my speed for color, but I heard a lot of mixed things about the formula. And I almost bought it in the last, I almost bought it during the last Sephora sale, but I decided not to because a lot of people were saying her mattes were really good, but it was the shimmers that were terrible. And I was thinking about it, and the shades that intrigued me the most out of that palette were the matte yellows and oranges. And I feel like I have a good number of matte yellow and oranges in my collection, so I decided to pass over that. But I was really curious to see what else she would come out, to see if that would make me want to purchase from her brand for the first time. And I'm a little disappointed. I mean, I'm not too disappointed because I feel like for the berries and cream theme, this is right on theme. I think it's very accurate, but mauves are just very neutral to me right now, and I'm just not really into them. So to me, this is just a very neutral palette with one pop of blue, and you guys already know I'm not really into blue, so yeah, there's literally nothing about this palette that makes me go, that looks pretty. And I'm just taking the picture from her Dominique Cosmetics promo shot. I haven't seen anyone else post the palette. I haven't seen it anywhere, you know, I don't even know when it releases. I guess I should tell you guys. It's gonna launch on 11/16, so in a couple days from when I'm recording this, probably already launched by the time I get this up. But it's gonna be for $44, so yeah, $44. There is not one shade in this palette that catches my attention. Maybe that gold, but I have a million golds, so this is an easy pass for me. Blush Tribe and Paulina, how do you say her last name? Paulina Splunge? I'm not really sure how to pronounce her last name, Paulina on YouTube. But anyway, Paulina is collabing with Blush Tribe, and I'm super excited. Once again, I found out about this from Indie Makeup Spotlight, and the palette looks super pretty. It definitely captures Paulina as a whole, like her vibe and all the colors she wears. She wears a lot of purples, she wears a lot of greens, and I love that she stuck more than like 2 shades of each in a palette, because I feel like a lot of times when people want to go like super colorful with a palette, they kind of just stick the rainbow in it, whereas this, she stuck very true to the like purple and green theme. So I appreciate that about it. And then one of those greens looks more of like kind of that, not even mustard, but like lime green. So I like the variety she has in here while keeping to that purple green theme, and it's pretty. As I've already said in this video, I'm not super into purples, but because it's Paulina and because it has 3 greens and like a yellow green, 4 eyeshadows out of this palette I'm super intrigued about, and I want to support Paulina, so I'm definitely going to try to get a hold of this. So pre-orders are going to be open December 1st. I would want to say it doesn't ship till January 2nd. It's going to be £21.99. I should have figured out the conversion for that before this. Sorry about that. So it's not a bad price, but I want to say when I was watching Paulina's video that only a limited number are going to be made, like 600, 800, I could be wrong. So I have no idea how like in demand this is going to be. I'm gonna try to get a hold of one, but I might not be able to, I don't know. So anyway, I'm super happy for Paulina, and I really appreciate and think it's awesome what Blush Tribe does with collaborating with smaller YouTubers. I think that's amazing, so I'm super excited for this. Let me know if you've tried anything else from them, and let me know if you're gonna be getting this, because I'm excited, and I'm just really excited for Paulina and the opportunity she got here. Okay, next up I want to talk about the GLF Cosmetics. Now this is actually kind of an old release. I think I first heard about it in September, but I want to put this on here because this is something I'm really intrigued about. They came out with glitter eyeshadows that look a lot, at least in packaging, they look a lot like Stila's Glitter and Glows. Here's the picture I'm talking about. They retail for $6.99 though, and they have some really pretty colors. They have a green, a blue, a purple, a kind of bronzy color, a gold, some really pretty colors. And I really want to get one of them and just try, definitely that green, but that gold and that bronzy shade look really pretty. I'd like to pick up that. But this is something that I have been meaning to purchase, but I just keep forgetting because with it being an indie brand, I don't really think about it like when I'm shopping at Ulta and stuff like that. I really have to make a concerted effort to go on this brand's page and make an order. So I really need to make an order, but I figured I would include it in here because you guys know I love Stila's Glitter and Glows, and I've been actively searching for a dupe for it, just a cheaper alternative. So I figured I'd mention it here and see if any of you guys have tried the GLF Cosmetics Glitter Eyeshadow. Liquid eyeshadow is what it's called. But let me know if you've tried it and let me know how it compares to the Stila Glitter and Glows. That's definitely something that really caught my eye earlier this year. Next up, I did want to mention this very briefly, but it is the Morphe and James Charles Artistry Palette. When this first launched, I was like, ooh, super colorful, I'm super intrigued. But now that I've had time to look at it and I've actually looked at swatches, I feel like really only the bottom two rows are super colorful. The top two rows are actually pretty darn neutral. If you took out those two red shades in the middle, that'd be a very neutral palette. And then the middle row, I appreciate how you put the white and the black and then the staple like transition shades in there, but I feel like that's still pretty neutral palette. So it's really only the bottom two rows that are very colorful. And even then I feel like he just gave us green, blue, purple, pink. I don't know, I would have preferred, I guess he was trying to go for the rainbow palette that Morphe did have, but I don't know, I feel like I appreciate more of a story when it comes to eyeshadow palettes. And I'm just not super into getting huge rainbow palettes that really only have like less than half of the palette is actually rainbow. And so yeah, I'm going to be passing on this one if you can't tell. I don't think I even said it's already launched, but the palette retailed for $39, which I feel like it's a little bit pricey, but Morphe's kind of like stepping up their game and stepping up their prices on top of that. But yeah, anyway, all that to say, I wasn't super intrigued when I really sat down and looked at the palette because there was really only 4, maybe 5 shades I was super intrigued about, and it was the yellow and 3 greens. And the red. Okay, so 5. And the reddish orangish shade, the matte shade up there at the top, super intrigued about that too. But 5 shades out of that big palette, I don't need it. But let me know if you guys did get it and what your thoughts are on it. Okay, so next up, I wanted to talk about Tarte Cosmetics. They are releasing their Tartiste Pro Remix palette. They are labeling it their boldest and brightest eyeshadow palette yet. Okay, so to Tarte's credit, this is probably their brightest eyeshadow palette they've ever released. But for me, when I was looking at it, if I covered that yellow, the green on the top right, the circle green, and then like that bright purple at the bottom, it's a pretty deep neutral palette. There's a lot of deep tones in here, and then if you cover those 3 shades that really stuck out to me, it's a pretty neutral palette. So yeah, this is gonna be a pass for me. Add to that, I think there's only like, yeah, I think there's like 3 matte shadows and the rest is metallic or glitter type of formula. So not my favorite. I'd rather have a lot more mattes to work with and a lot more colorful mattes because they only gave you a black, a very light taupey shade, and then a cream shade. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I feel like they were trying to go for the Too Faced Chocolate Gold palette that I absolutely love, but that is still a very neutral palette. So I feel like they were trying to kind of go off of that, how that palette only gave us a couple of mattes to work with and the rest were, you know, shimmer and metallic. But I don't know, they just didn't hit it out of the park for me with this one, and especially since I have the Too Faced Chocolate Gold palette, I definitely don't need this one, so this was just a hard pass for me. But I kind of chuckled when they were like, this is our brightest palette yet, and it's still pretty toned down, for me at least, in the palettes that I've been looking at recently. Especially if you follow IndieMakeupSpotlight, you see some bright palettes on there. Okay, just gonna mention really quickly, Huda Beauty came out with the nude palette. I think it's New Nude eyeshadow palette. I forget what it's called, New Beauty, I don't know. Her very neutral nude eyeshadow palette, no thank you. It's just very boring for me. It's very mauve heavy. I feel like it's kind of a extended or just a better version of the Naked 3 palette, I think it was, which I do think it is better than that one because there's a lot of mattes to work with and there's a lot more of different types of textures in the palette, which I can appreciate, but I saw that release and I was just like, no, very, very boring. No, thank you. Okay, so I know this is another one that's been out a while, but it is the Limecrine's 10th anniversary birthday palette collection palette. Blah, blah, blah. I said that wrong. 10th birthday collection, and they released an eyeshadow palette. And this eyeshadow palette keeps catching my eye. Anytime I see it on the Ulta website, I'm kind of like, should I buy it? Should I buy it? It has a green, two greens, but that one bright green really catches my eye. Then there's that other green, there's a yellow, there's an orange that I'm super intrigued about. So that's 4 shades out of this palette that really just pull me every time I look at this palette. But I feel like I don't need it because I feel like I already have a lot of palettes that have the green, the yellow, and the orange that are in this type of hue, I guess you would say, that vibrant yellow, vibrant orange, and vibrant green, and then the lime green. I feel like I have a lot of those already, so I'm trying to talk myself out of it, but I'm not gonna lie, I keep on eyeing it. Let me know if you've gotten this palette and how the quality is for you, because I keep going back and forth. I keep talking myself out of it, but even though I've talked myself out of it, I still have it on my loves list at Ulta, and I still keep eyeing it every time I'm on the Ulta website. Okay, almost done here. Got 2 more. I want to talk about the Makeup Slave is the brand. I'm not really, yeah, Makeup Slave is the brand, but it's spelled S-L-A-Y-V-E. And they came out with their Autumn Equinox palette. And this palette, this is my idea of a neutral palette. It is super pretty. There are 2 kind of mustardy, orangey yellow shades, or I guess they're lean more yellow, but two really pretty mustard shades that are definitely the pop outs in this palette. But that blue in the top left corner is super pretty. The purple in the middle looks gorgeous. The blue on the outside, I would use that to deepen up some of my looks. I don't have a problem using blue, especially deep navy blues. I like using those in colors. So those all really stand out. And then that bottom kind of cream shade on the right hand side would be really pretty, I feel like, as an inner corner highlight. So a lot in this palette intrigues me. I am really super duper tempted to get it, but I am talking myself out of it because I feel like I just don't need this palette. I have a lot like it in my collection, even though I really, really want it. Every time I think about purchasing this, I think about all the palettes that are sitting in my to try pile, and I talk myself out of it. So let me know, have you purchased this? What do you think about the quality? Because I've never tried the brand, and yeah, do you think I should get it? Because every time I talk myself out of it, I either see it, someone, you know, creating a look with it, or, you know, as a flat lay, and I'm just like, ooh, what's that palette? And it's the Autumn Equinox. Okay, last up, as promised, we have the Lethal Cosmetics. They're coming out with 12 new eyeshadows in their Hive collection. Now, if I'm understanding this correctly, they're just single eyeshadows. They come in square pans, and they're going to be released as a set and also sold individually. They are releasing November 23rd. I do not know the price, which I feel like, have they mentioned the price? Let me look. Yeah, I don't think they've mentioned the price yet, or if they have, I've totally missed it. They're also releasing, looks like, a magnetic eyeshadow palette to go along with it, so I think that's super cool. But here's the picture we're going to be talking about. Those 3 greens on the bottom, and then that orange, I am eyeing so hard. And honestly, I think I'm going to get it. They look stunning. And here's another picture. These 4 shadows, these are the ones I want. It's called Vertex, Recluse, Spawn, and Habitat. No idea which one's which, but those 4, I think those are the ones I'm going to be getting. The other, I mean, they all look stunning, but those are the ones that every time I see them swatched, every time I see them just in their pan, I'm just like, what is that? That looks gorgeous. I want it. That green Vertex, that's the green. Oh my goodness, isn't that beautiful? I really want it. And I like the pressing on the actual eyeshadows. That's really cool with their logo. I like that. I haven't tried Lethal Cosmetics, so let me know if you have. Looks like they are an indie makeup brand from Berlin. Vegan and cruelty free. They have international shipping, so that's good for me. But yeah, I really want to grab those 4 when it comes to launch day. So hopefully I will be able to grab it, and hopefully they're not too expensive, because as I said, I'm not sure about the price. But let me know if you've tried the brand, or do you plan to pick up any of this new, what is it called? The Hive collection. Let me know if you plan to pick up any eyeshadows from that collection, because I am super intrigued. So there you have it. Those are all the products I wanted to talk about for my first Will I Buy It series. I feel like I'm recording in the dark at this point. The clouds are so dark and heavy outside. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know down below if any of these products sparked your interest. Let me know if you plan to get it, or if you've already picked up any of these releases. Let me know down below how the quality turned out for you guys. I'm super curious. I love to hear your guys' experience with eyeshadow palettes, and especially the ones that I'm eyeing, because if they're like total crap, I can just save my money for the next palette that catches my attention, or if they are a palette I can't miss, then I know I need to jump on it soon. So anyway, let me know down below in the comments. As I said, I'll have everything linked down below, so definitely go down there because there's going to be a lot of links for you to discover and a lot of amazing channels and amazing content to watch if you want to check out the Will I Buy It community playlist. But yeah, I think that's going to do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye guys.